message I want to bring to everyone is just positivity. Every song that I wrote, I want to empower people, and I think music is universal. I want to create a ripple effect where it's just positive vibes, just like smiling. You know, you smile at someone, and it can make their whole day, and then they do it to someone else, and vice versa, and it just trickles into life. And I hope that my music does that to anyone that listens. So the video of rebuilding, I'm a big fan of X-Men. So it's being able to breathe underwater, being able to have the super strength, being able to stop the rain like Storm. Having all these things, they're like six senses, and bringing them to life as an artist and just as a woman and as a human universally. I want to bring all those superpowers to life in my music. So that was the story behind Rebuilding. The biggest thing you can expect from me is not only my album releasing, but I find out in January if I go on tour. But this was the biggest accomplishment in my life to date. So anything else that I have thus far is just icing on the cake. So look for my album coming out and then my tour January 2020. I was just talking about you.
A singer, a songwriter, a dancer. Obviously, you guys obviously follow her on Instagram, so she's like, what, a model? So I'm just letting you guys know what a beautiful moment tonight was, because, my gosh, look at her dress. I mean, the whole night was beautiful. It's just beyond exquisite. It's for Jocelyn. She deserves it. It's amazing this night.
I love you.
It's for you.
I was just talking about you.
Sorry, and I was just on the other side. I didn't even know what's going on. But I'm just saying that she's extremely talented, and there's so many people at this place right now, and it's all because of her. It's not because of me. It's not because of the videographers, the photographers. It's because of her work ethic, and you guys need to realize that it's beyond just making music. It's beyond just trying to do stuff. She is a part of every creative process with every single individual that's involved, because it's not just me, it's not just her, it's not just the studio, it's not the photographer, it's the culmination of everybody coming together because of Jocelyn's decision. Understand that. Understand that, because it's not hard. It's not easy, but people think it is. It's so easy to understand the surface of like, yo, you had released music.
Right.
But they don't understand like what it takes behind the scenes of that. It takes networking, it takes talking, it takes relationships, it takes building and being with people that understand her vision just as much as their own.
I love it.
It was fun. It was different. I've never worked with a female singer like that before. It was different. You know, it was something I've always wanted to do. It was a club track, and I haven't done that yet. So it was just something different. You know, I wanted to be a part of it. So I'm glad I was the only feature on her album. It's fucking cold out here. Being the only feature on her album, it feels pretty cool. I mean, she's put a lot of hard work into this album, Rebuilding, and from what I've seen, it's going to be pretty awesome. So to be the only feature on that is pretty special. I mean, I brag about it. Yo, she loves what she does. It's pretty obvious. She's very passionate about what she does. So a big shout out would be is she's doing all of this stuff for you guys, for you to be able to relate to it. So, you know, I'm sure there's one song on her album, if not a couple songs that you can relate to. So that's one shout out to my audience, to her audience would be, is just listen, you know, and I'm sure you're going to find something that you can relate to.
I had the pleasure of meeting Jocelyn on North Avenue Beach. It was almost a decade ago, and it's 2019 going into 2020. And I had met Jocelyn a decade ago at North Ave Beach, and we happened to just connect over some music. I believe I was hearing her kind of just singing with like a group of her friends, and so I just came up and introduced myself. And so we talked about music. I said I was a producer, and again, 10 years ago, I was just an up-and-coming producer. So I had a studio in my apartment in Chicago, and she was riding with me in my apartment studio. I was living in like a 3-bedroom with like a couple of roommates here in the city, and she would come with me there. And I was also in like a basement studio in my parents' house. And then eventually we just kept working with each other, and eventually it turned into, you know, now I work at a beautiful studio at Artists of the Industry in Northbrook, and now we've just been rocking with each other ever since. Attributes I associate with myself as a producer is, maybe I'll start with some of the people I look up to, and it's definitely going to be like a Pharrell. You know, I've always prided myself on being like some sort of Asian Pharrell. But, you know, I want to be an eclectic producer. I want to produce things that are, you know, not just in one box and one genre. So I pride myself on being able to be eclectic and produce all kinds of music with a diverse group of artists themselves. Whether it be rap, R&B, pop, or soul, you know, I want to do it all. You know, no, as an engineer, I don't mix Jocelyn different. It's always going to be to the certain track. It's always going to be to the specific moment. And when it comes down to the engineering and mixing, you know, given that it's a diverse album and she has so many different genres, when I approach each song, it's for the record intentionally as itself. It's never just like, oh, I'm working with Jocelyn, I need to do it this way. It's always going to be like, what are you trying to say to the audience that we need to make them feel? Because anybody can listen to music, but it's one thing to feel the music. And for each record we had produced, I had approached that with the song itself. I work with plenty of artists, and the one thing about Jocelyn is that she knows how to work with other people. She knows how to adapt to situations and take criticism in a positive way. You know, working with Jocelyn, you know, I have my feedback, she'll have her feedback, and we've learned through the years how to work with each other and kind of find that gray area where we can collaborate together to create something beautiful from her music. That's something that is honest and truthful with the integrity of keeping it like, you know, we still want to try to make a hit, try to make something that people can connect with. So working with Jocelyn's been an amazing opportunity, and growing with her because we had met a decade ago. So we've grown, you know, her as a singer and songwriter, and then myself as a producer and an engineer. So to be able to kind of grow with each other has been one of the most beautiful things. I think this album is going to be amazing because it's diverse. You know, it's not just electronic, it's not just R&B, it's not just pop. It kind of gives you everything. So it allows us to connect with multiple different people. And I think that's going to be able to connect with our audience because the fact that, you know, it's not boxed in. It's something that's going to, you know, resonate with different people going through different times of their lives. And I think Jocelyn has been through many of those. I don't even know if that makes sense. Jocelyn's been through so many things in her life that she can speak to those people. Jocelyn, I love you. It's been a pleasure growing with you. I am honored that you even want to work with me. I'm excited for you. I'm proud of you. You're one of the most inspirational women that I can actually call one of my friends. I wish you nothing but luck through this whole entire journey. You're amazing, you work hard, and you deserve every bit of love.
Dreaming of another day, one that you could pick up and say